Just because we can't see each other doesn't mean we're not together. Sirocco and the Kingdom of the Winds is a French animated movie from writer-director Benoit Chiot, whose previous work includes Aunt Hilda and some shorts, and was written by Alain Gagnon, whose work includes films like A Cat in Paris. Check out the respective IMDb pages for the full listens of their work. This centers around two sisters, Carmen and her younger sister, Juliet, who's going to be turning five. It's a big old milestone, and that's a big deal, and naturally, around your birthday, you want to do what you want to do. And being 5 years old, let's just say, mine, down, go, mine, like Daffy Duck with the goddamn lamp. Juliet means well because she's still a growing young kid. She's still developing her brain and everything, but she wants things her way. And she's going to get things her way. Right after their mother Agnes has a little bit of nappy time. And no, I'm not talking about nappy like, the words across the pond. She needs to basically just rest because raising two kids on her own is very, very hard, as she basically exclaims before taking a little nap. So Carmen is trying to keep Juliet busy, trying to keep her quiet. Turns out Agnes is also an author. She has written various books that are, filled with wonder and filled with whimsy and everything, and one is called Sirocco and the Kingdom of the Winds, in a movie titled the same. Surely, film, you cannot expect us to wrap our heads around this absolutely insane, mind-blowing fact. Now, in all seriousness, Carmen is trying to get her to calm down, and Juliet's just being bratty, and then the book comes to life. Sirocco and the Kingdom of the Winds. A little toy pops out, and is just wandering around, and basically finds a way back to, the book world. Well, Juliet decides the bright idea is let's join him. So, yeah, Carmen has to join because she has to follow her big sister and rescue her and everything. And, yeah, from there, they basically enter this book world and experience adventure, the good, the bad, the insane. I'm trying to keep it as, the details as minimal as possible for those that either haven't seen the trailer, haven't seen the cover art, or weren't even aware that this movie actually existed. Now, I have heard some hype about this, and this was playing at a theater about 35 miles from me, and I fought through traffic, a lot of traffic, to get there in time to experience this 80-minute film that does actually pack quite a bit into it. Now, it is very Studio Ghibli inspired. You can definitely see influence from A Cat in Paris. You can see influence from a lot of animated movies. One that I actually thought of while watching this was Little Nemo Adventures in Slumberland, which I need to retro review at some point, considering I was fucking 8 years old when that came out. My God. I was 8 years old when that came out. Holy goddamn shit. I mean, movie, it was wild. I haven't watched it in years. I remember the NES game. That was fun. Anyway, this does have that sense of wonder and that sense of whimsy about it, but it also has a lot of heart to it. A lot more fucking heart than I expected. I will say, well, this might be a mild spoiler. If you have experienced any form of loss, especially those close to you, this may hit you even harder than it hit me. I did not expect this movie to both make me laugh and make me cry to the point I had to wear sunglasses on the way home because I was crying on the way home. Yes, it even got through to my black heart and got through and chipped away at that. This and Inside Out are two examples of animated movies that deal with feelings and how children can experience and deal with them and stuff like that. And there's a lot of inspiration taken from other films as far as like just the feel of it. And I mean that with respect because they put their own spin on it. There's vibrant, worlds. The color palette is incredible. I did see the English dub. I didn't get a chance to see the French version. That wasn't playing anywhere nearby. Much like Mars Express when I saw that, which is another French animated movie that you need to check out. That one's a lot more adult, though. But this might actually, it's whimsical for kids, but it might almost make kids kind of sad because it'll make parents sad. It made me fucking sad. And it's really, really great. And also doesn't overstay its welcome. I do wish a few things were a little bit, more fleshed out, in all honesty. I think an extra 15 or so minutes could have been added. But as far as great world building and the fact that it really is about these two sisters, and when they interact with one particular character, it ties back in to their world And it went in ways that I want to say I expected and sort of did, but it also then went over here in a way where it's like, wow, that's really fucking touching, even if you're hitting some of the same beats. They did a really damn good job here. There's a part with an opera singer that's really good, hypnotic as fuck music, great stuff. Very vibrant, very alive. It's just really, really, really fucking good. There are some lines of dialogue in English dub version that really, really hit me, and I'll have to check out the French language track at some point. But yeah, it's really, really fucking good. If you get a chance to check this out, even if you gotta wait for streaming, rent it, sit down with your kids, grab some fucking tissues if you have not, if you have experienced loss, because it will get you. It got me, but great English voice cast, a lot of just incredible visuals, a lot of wild shit. I mean, a lot of wild shit. Like, there's a lot of stuff that will stick with me that it's hard to describe unless you see it. Just the visuals just pop like crazy. Great work by the animators. Great work. Great direction, great writing. Really, just one of the best films of the goddamn year. I don't know how high it's going to rank as of right now because we're only in August, but it's really fucking good. I'm going to get into spoilers. In theaters now or on streaming soon. 3, 2, 1, spoilers. So, in the beginning, there was rap, as our Lord and Savior Dr. Dre once said. And Agnes, after trying to get the kids to calm down, says, I'm going to lay down for 30 minutes, and then we're going to get your deal going. So slumber. Like little Nemo. So, she says to a picture of her sister with bright blue eyes, you would have loved them. Fine? I'm fine. So, they end up getting into this world, the sisters do. There's this little toy that does this hopscotch thing. And it's talking all weird. It's like a weird bottle clock opener thing. I don't know, it's just weird. It's like they got a bottle opener on the top, and it's like a weird, like, triangle cake topper thing. I don't know. It's really hard to describe. I think it's a piece of a clock. Anyway, whole point is, it's got a design, an S on the bottom. Sirocco did it. And he designed that because he's a sorcerer that can control the wind. More on that here in a bit. So, Carmen and Juliet hop on the hopscotch thing that this toy designs to get back to his world. You get to the end, hop into the world. They turn into cats. Why? Fuck if I know. They change into something that, different from their world. So, they arrive. The mayor that kind of looks like a fucking Fraggle on crack. And weird, it's like a race of, like, the witch from the Bugs Bunny cartoons, but more melty. So anyway, they're celebrating the fact that they're going to give a gift to the opera singer Selma. Well, then Juliet wants to get a better look. After they could have easily just gone back, granted we would have had a movie. And she ends up pulling away from Carmen when Carmen tries to get her to stop, and she bumps into this banner thing that's like of Selma, in her glory. Kind of like a weird bird creature, beak and all that. And then ends up breaking the little toy music box deal that blows bubbles and does stuff. And why? I don't know. The whole point is after that, the mayor ends up getting pissed. Mayor ends up finding them, or basically captures them. And Carmen is basically sentenced to marry his son as punishment. The son's also an idiot. There is a funny interaction, though, while he's telling the stuff. The mayor has, like, somebody where it's like, I think it's even the son's trying to, like, blow on one of those horns. Those. It's like, what are you doing? Whatever. I don't know why. That made me laugh. But then also, Juliet is going to be presented as a gift to Selma to profess his love, even though he's a ugly-ass Fraggle creature. So from there, a storm hits, because Sirocco, is the sorcerer of the winds, and the winds are blowing, everything, rain's going, all that stuff, and the city gets rocked, but it doesn't get blown down. It weebles and it wobbles, but it won't fraggle down. And then, while Carmen is basically going to be married off to the mayor's son, Mayor takes Juliet up into the sky, up into this like bird blimp opera house thing where Selma does her singing, and she has a necklace on, and bright blue eyes, and a bright blue necklace. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? She does the singing, sees the she sees, she interacts with the mayor. Mayor tries to present Juliet as a cat gift. And once I get rid of this guy, you'll be able to go free. As time goes on, she finds out more information about Juliet, and that Juliet knows a lot about the world. Oh, you're my favorite because it's her favorite book. It has a French title that I can't fucking pronounce, and I'm not going to try. Look at the poster. Is the translation accurate, by the way? For those that are French speaking, am I even close on the names of the writer-director? Am I even close? So, Juliet talks to Selma. Selma finds out about Carmen. They go to rescue her. There's this like hang gliding great part here where she's flying over, and there's this like weird dragon creature thing that's going across the water, and the sun is just like this, just like very, very simple-minded, I guess really is what I should say. He's trying to see if Carmen will be interested, and Carmen's like, I will not be interested in you, but Juliet and Selma get this, are on this hang gliding thing, and then these guys start shooting the guards start shooting candy, and there's these weird creatures that come and get the candy off and attack them for some reason. Again, I don't know why, but what ends up happening is they are able to save Carmen pretty easily, by the way, and from there, they find out more about Selma, find out more about the book, and they find out that Selma is their aunt. And they're finally getting to interact with her because the only reason she's there is because her sister's books were so whimsical and so powerful. She put so much of her own grief and love and appreciation into this book. I don't know why this got me. I don't know. It's fine. Let's move on. She basically finds out that, these are her, these are girls she could have seen in the real world, but she passed away and went into the book. Again, why not? And it's really actually very powerful and emotional. She discusses how she knew Sirocco. Was at one point in a sandstorm, deep hurting. Good old MST3K reference. And she ends up singing and talks to Sirocco, who had his heart beating really, really fast because he's experiencing strong emotions of love and everything. But because of that, a groundswell and other bad things start to happen because it's hard to control those strong emotions. Much like the sister, much like Agnes not being able to be there. She can't see her sister, so she's just putting her sister there. And she lost her sister. And oh, fuck, let's get through this. It's fine. That's the interpretation, at least I got from it. But yeah, they're telling stories. Selma tells them about all the stuff going on. They eventually do come up into this part of the sky where there's whispers among the stars, kind of like Star Hill in Super Mario RPG, with all the wishes and stuff like that. And they can hear Agnes's voice, but they can't get to her. They have to figure out a way to get going, or to get back to their world. Because a little bit earlier, actually, something I forgot to say, in addition to breaking that little bubble swan toy bubble thing, also broke the toy that made the hopscotch thing, so now he talks weird and can't make the hopscotch properly. And he can still trace stuff. So it turns out, actually, that Sirocco, basically, anytime he experiences strong emotions, the storms unleash. He can control it to an extent as long as he controls his emotions. There's this weird temple where this storm cloud thing comes out. It's like this weird tentacle, like balloon thing, because France. But, I don't know, they got weird interpretations of stuff over there compared to here. Not that we don't have weird interpretations, but I was like, okay, sure. But, basically, controlling the storm is almost impossible. Selma, Carmen, and Juliet are, they're flying to try and get there. They get separated. Carmen is talking to Sirocco and quotes him and everything and all this stuff. How do you know so much about me and all this stuff? And wait, Selma's here. I told Selma not to come back because he gave her the necklace. He gave her the power to do that. Carry on a piece of him, but couldn't be around because of all these strong emotions. And then, while trying basically to save the girls, especially save Carmen, something, like an umbrella thing hits Selma, and she's out. She's just stone cold dead. Thanks! Her spirit goes down into wherever, the abyss, I don't know. And then Sirocco comes up with the idea, I think I know how to save her, right? And I don't know how strong my magic is, but basically it disappears and his spirit goes down and he revives her. And then he disappears and gives her his power. Thanks, movie. I didn't want to, drive home through regular eyes. I had to drive home through crying eyes. Anyway, let's move on from that. Selma now must find a way to stop the storm. Now, a little bit earlier, when the broken toy tried to make a hopscotch thing, he was able to teleport his way out of jail, but he made himself smaller. So, the girls remembered that and made made the biggest hopscotch they could to get this weird storm balloon animal thing to get right at the end of it. And then it went to the beginning, and it was all small. Controlling the storm, controlling the emotions. And then the idea is to get Juliet and Carmen back to their world. And they rise up and do all this. Selma's like, I can't go back. This is my world now. And yeah, thanks, movie. And then they get back to the real world. The toy's there for some reason. And Agnes is like, well, wait, the girls are saying, oh, we went somewhere and everything. Wait, you went out of the house without me? They'd only been gone the 30 minutes it took her to sleep. Or an hour, who really knows. The movie's only 80 minutes long, so really it was a breeze. But then they're going to have a wish. But Juliet's greedy. She wants to have 2 wishes. And I wish I could see Selma someday. Fine. It's fine. Sorry. And hopefully Sirocco comes back. And there you go. And the toy's still there. There are other books that I assume mean that we're going to maybe get a spinoff. I don't know. Hopefully this does well because it was really, really good. Yeah. Whew. That opening line, by the way, hit. That hit hard. A+. Really good shit. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rippland. I'll see you soon.